Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account and we are checking out the awakened version of Safiya. So overall guys, I'm going to go through the guild trials. I want to see exactly what she can do. Again, overall, it seems like a majority of players are saying that they are super disappointed in the hero herself, meaning that she doesn't have a lot of utility, doesn't have a lot of functionality. We are not even seeing her in the Twisted Realm, the Cursed Realm, the Nightmare Corridor. We are also not seeing her in the current version of the Twisted or the Treasure Scramble as well, which again is kind of interesting to see that she's not really showing up anywhere. A lot of players are thinking, okay, well, she could be kind of niche, probably in the 5-pole, things of that nature, which again, to build and to invest in Awakened Hero just to kind of have the hero kind of work. I'm going to put this at 150 level deficiency and see what we can do. I know 610 is the guild record, but I want to see, just going in here, guys, I want to see the basics of how she works. I want to slow it down. So we know overall, if they're on this allied side, it works pretty well because she has this buff, she has the shielding aspect, things of that nature. So does she work in level deficiencies? Even here, guys, 79 million, which I know she is a support hero, not too pretty cognizant of that, but 135 million. And again, I want to run through at the 150 and see exactly what we can do. Now, on paper, it seems like she is very strong. And then when she gets in formations, again, not seeing a lot of utility. When I think of like the comparison, so 128 there, even there putting in 19 million, you can see the difference even in the battle. Now remember that it makes a difference on the mask that they get. So even when you look in this one playing the formation, let me pause it. You can see this is the basic mask that we have right here on the bottom. This is the other mask. This is the stronger mask that goes to the hero with the highest attack rating in battle. So the awakened version of Safiya is getting the mask in here. But even with the 5-second delay with the ultimate ability, you can see the ultimate ability is powering up, which we've seen with the original version of Safiya. But in this one, again, we can see on this one, the mask is going to go to right there, the awakened version of Belinda. And this is where I thought she would be very important to use or very beneficial in these formations, is because of her ability to buff other heroes. But again, it doesn't seem like she is making a big difference. And I think in kind of retrospect or looking in comparison to a hero like Damia. So Damia overall, guys, is of course the newest Celestial support hero that we got, has a massive buff with informations, which, with that being said, when the hero was released, Damia went into all the formations. We see her in the Twisted Realm, the Cursed Realm, the Nightmare Corridor. We are also seeing Damia being run within the Treasure Scramble. We're seeing Damia within the campaign formations. We're seeing her in the towers. We're literally seeing Damia everywhere. And the awakened version of Safiya, even from the whales that have built her out, have said, again, not an incredible amount of utility and kind of a niche hero overall. Even this one, guys, we get the buff right there on Joan. Now, also remember, guys, with her ability, with the ability, the shielding ability that you kind of see, overlapping right there with Yennefer's ability, it seems like, again, looking at the amount of time that it takes for her ultimate ability to go off, even right there, pretty decent. Yennefer not doing a ton of damage, the rest of them really being support heroes. So the ability to get that ult off and get that ult very quick. Let me go 5 more in here. We'll go 5 more to put it at a 200 level deficiency. And again, I feel like the hero is going to be very niche. You know, best in slot, of course, probably within the Mauler Tower. But again, most formations we're not seeing. And let me go ahead and wipe these. I'm gonna wipe the trials just because I want to kind of play around with her a little bit and see what we can do with all of the heroes. Because again, a lot of players were saying, absolutely, guys, that she is going to be a super high priority when it comes to the 5-pole, which we know is the combination of Iran, sometimes Leica. Now this is the old school 5-pole that we've seen before. So these two are the combination. So Skarath essentially pulls everyone together. Iran is going to pull them together into Safiya's. So a lot of variations were in here. We've seen Brutus in here, a lot of Leica in here, sometimes Zolrath in here, sometimes Lucretia in here. But I'm just wondering if on a fundamental basis, if we can get this 5-pull to work. And I wonder even, let's go with the original version of Brutus and just see what we get in here, guys. So boom, there we go. So everyone is in that spectral disruption or the field that the new Safiya is building or making. Here comes the alt, which again, this is what I was kind of worried about. Let's swap these two locations. See, there's the 5-pull in, of course, 200 level deficiency. That is about the highest that most players do run. But even the protection, and this is where I kind of wanted to test out almost like the shielding aspect that we do have. So let's drop out, you know what, let's drop out Brutus. Let's put the awakened version of Brutus so we have a little bit more strength in there. I'm also going to put Leica in here again for kind of that super cycle. Boom, pulled everyone in just to insta-death. I was hoping that the shielding aspect with Safiya would work a little bit better. And even there, guys, Brutus really holding his own. Let's look at these skills and abilities. And this again, so the Star Destroyer, we know this is going to be a little bit of a damage. Provides a little bit of crowd control. And then, of course, when it appears at only one at a time when entering the battle, gives a mass to an allied hero. The mass mobilizes allied heroes, prevents them from receiving energy from anyone other than Safiya. So again, this is what I thought is all of the heroes feeding energy into Safiya. Safiya actually shelling out all of the energy to them. Doesn't seem to be going through fast enough. And then this was the other one. So that I was really looking at. So allies in the obelisk domain receive a shield equal to 15% of the maximum health of the enemy with the highest max health. So that means the stronger the enemy, the higher the max health. They are going to receive a stronger shield for 5 seconds. The shield cannot exceed the attack rating. I think this is where we're actually seeing the cap, guys, where if you're in a high level deficiency situation, they're not getting a strong enough shield because this is being capped. Now, if the shield granted by the skill is broken, so if they destroy the shield, the value of the shield received thereafter is increased by 15% up to 90%, which again, they have to live through getting the second shield. So essentially they have to live through the 14 seconds. Heroes with the Ember Mask, now that was the stronger, the more ornate mask that we've seen, can receive all effects of the domain even when they're outside. So if they're on the enemy side, they can still get this, but it is just the one hero with that Ember Mask. For allied heroes with shields granted by the Guardian Gift skill, the health loss caused by the Burning Ambition is increased by 50%, which again, it doesn't seem like the shielding aspect of a support hero is strong enough. And in conjunction with that, it doesn't seem like we're seeing the survivability aspect in here as well. There's a lot of things that are not working incredibly well. I'm not sure if possibly like a Mishka, just for the simple fact that Mishka, of course, is going to provide a lot more of the crowd control aspect in there with the wolves. But again, Brutus and Mishka are pretty strong combination, guys. But again, just getting run over. All right, so we know the hero with the highest. Let's go with somewhat of like an invade formation. I am wondering if we get Scrag in here. If we get a couple heroes in here, kind of almost as an invade, get some, of course, shielding from Safiya, which I'm hoping makes a big difference in here. Now let's see, it should go on Brutus. So the mask, of course, the mask is on Brutus right there. So doing a little bit of the invade in this one, which of course Screg goes down super early. Safiya even dies out very fast as well. I just want to see, so Entendre comes over. So they all have, Entendre didn't even make it anywhere. So even with that shielding aspect, guys, the shields are not strong enough. They are just getting crushed. Look at that. And again, I was kind of hoping we would see, she doesn't have damage mitigation. So I wonder even stacking up some possible damage mitigation. You know what? Let's go with an Ulna. And I'm wondering if like an immunity formation might make a little bit more sense. Now, of course, the energy, this is going to be an interesting combination because Amelia is going to provide, of course, she's going to freeze the enemy side, which means that all of the heroes are going to get more energy, are going to get energy faster. There we go. There's the freeze. Boom. Energy is going to be increased. But again, I don't feel like Safiya is doing much of anything in this one, guys. Even there, we didn't even get the ultimate ability. As they're feeding energy into that 252, 116, 122. Again, I feel like Ulna in the immunity is kind of a cheat factor. I want to watch it a little bit slower on this one. They come out, so the mask goes up on, right there, it goes up on Amelia in the back. So, of course, crowd control, which means there's the ultimate ability from Safiya. There's the ult from Rem. Does Safiya's ult go off? Boom, it does right there, guys. But there was only, I think, 2 targets left. I believe Ullard was still up on that one. Or maybe just 1 target was up at that point. Yeah, again, guys, we know Rem super, super strong in that one. I'm kind of, again, just kind of hesitant onto who to run the heroes with. Let's see if we got Kanisa and Rook in here. Olgath, of course, and I'm going to put her in as the 5th. So I'm going to add Frampton in here. Let's see what this looks like. I'm just wondering with Matria and all of the buffs in here. And got the shielding aspect right there, but again, dies pretty quick. Matria comes back up. Boom, there's the big ult, guys. There's Maro's ult, which of course takes Matria down. But even there, again, the shielding aspect on her is not strong enough. It is not strong enough in here, which of course, I mean, we could throw in some relics. A lot of these, let's see. So we'll do the Warden on here. Let's do the Barricade. I'm just wondering her, again, support. Maybe the strings are going to help out a little bit. I'm hoping by chance. Let's do the Chaos Bringer here. And then, of course, for him, since he doesn't go to the enemy side, the Dual Divinity wouldn't do anything. Let's see if this makes a big difference in here, guys. And I'm also wondering because it is based on the attack rating. Now, there's the ult, which, of course, she died. Even there, boom, there's the ult. We're going to win this one, I think, just with Matria. But again, Safiya died right off the bat. It's pretty tough call in here. But it seems like she is not the hero that's pulling these teams together. You know what? Let's put in our 5 strongest. So this is double support in here. I want to see what Crisio can do. And again, the shielding aspect, we have the entire team over there. Got the ult going on right there, which of course is going to take, she died. Yeah, because remember, out of the heroes going on the allied side, we're only going to have one that gets the shield outside of that Spectral Disruption. Right here, it's going to go on to... That's a good question. Was it on Kren? I think Kren got the shielding outside of that Spectral Disruption. Of course, Salakai goes down pretty early. Can't even get that ult off. Come on. Boom. There's the ult. And the second one comes up as soon as she gets that one down. But is she going to be strong enough to kill? Nope. Sisu, she could not. A lot of damage when she's the only one alive. But again, it seems like overall, not too impressed, guys. We are not seeing her utilization much of anywhere, which is very, very disappointing to see. I wonder even the light bearers in here. possibly. And again, tanks, when we start getting into a higher level deficiency, of course, they're not really going to make a big difference in formations. But I'm hoping to at least keep someone alive for a moment. Because again, now who's the shield going up on? It's going up on Palmer. So Palmer is getting the Ember Mask in here. And of course, Guineas works pretty decent with the crowd control. Does die pretty early right there. But I was hoping the damage amplification for Palmer would make a difference. And if you have a fully built Ullard, Ullard does work pretty well as a hero as well. Ullard does work pretty decently. So boom, there's the ult. And the time to power up this ultimate ability, guys. Still got that one done. Yeah, and again, if she's the only damage dealer in there, I don't know. It doesn't seem like, again, the effectiveness that I'm seeing with a hero that we kind of want to run to build. Because again, this is the obelisk that we're seeing on the allied side. They gain tenacity, which I wish that was haste. I wish it was something else. Well, it is being used. Of course, she's just immune to control effects. Not a big deal. Again, pretty situational. Within the Dominion, allied heroes that possess Ember Mask, which are just one, of course, and there are immune to control effects. And that's within the domain that they have that ability. If an enemy dies here, she recovers the attack rating. Again, pretty situational in there. That's why we thought the 5-pull would work. Guys, but overall, not super impressed. It seems like, unfortunately, that she is pretty disappointing across the board. Didn't like her very much in the trials. I've kind of played around with her a little bit. Again, not a lot of places that we're seeing her. She'll probably show up in some niche formations, but that doesn't mean on global, which she drops on Tuesday, that she's not going to have a pretty big impact, because I do like the SP effect as well. But then again, it triggers a mask or an Ember Mask, so it is kind of either one, causing them a little bit of damage. But again, it doesn't seem like the energy regeneration is there or the shielding is there within the hero. So all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.